Welcome to Applaud Academy. In this lesson, we'll share our best practices for successful lifecycle management of the Applaud platform in your organisation. We will discuss your development tenant, user acceptance testing, your production tenant, architecture and logins, integrations, templates, defining roles, user provisioning, and inviting users manually. When you join Applaud, we'll set you up with a development tenant. This is where you can build the features for your platform. As you may know, there are many different configurations available when developing your platform, and each organisation will do things slightly differently. That said, there are some optional tasks you may wish to consider. Setting up a custom domain allows you to run Applaud under your own corporate identity. For example, your development domain may be dev-applaud.dovesatwork.com. This feature can be found on the settings page, accessible from the admin homepage. Single sign-on is supported by Applaud, but we recommend setting this up before inviting any users to access your app. If you already use a single sign-on solution, such as Okta, you can configure your tenant to use this method too. In the development stage, it's very important to build your functionality in agile sprints, gradually adding great functionality in 2-week stages. Adding enough for an initial go live, and growing over time with ongoing innovation. When you're happy with your configurations, package your features into your own private templates so that you can install them on your test tenant. Package your integration recipes into the integration manifest and export the file, which can then be imported in your test tenant. This means that all your features are then ready for user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing involves performing several test scenarios to gather real employee feedback. Following testing, you may need to make changes. These could be bug fixes or simply improving your functionality. To do this, you'll need to go back to your development tenant and make any necessary amendments. Update or create new templates. Install those templates on your test tenant, and check the functionality is working before asking your users to retest. This process should be repeated until you're happy, at which point you'll need to package up your templates and integration recipes for production deployment. Your production tenant should be used to import your tested templates and integration recipes. At this point, you'll be ready for sanity testing. After setting up your configuration, you can then begin to populate this tenant with your users' data from external sources. To validate everything is looking good, we recommend signing in with a user with regular permissions, rather than a super user. By this point, if you're happy with your configurations, then it may be beneficial to check if a few friendly users are also happy with your platform's current state. If you find any problems, you should restart the cycle, starting with fixing the issues in development. This should be a continuous, ongoing process, allowing you to monitor usage and fix any issues that your users may encounter. Now it's time to celebrate your milestone with a Go Start party, a term we prefer to use over the outdated Go Live. Go Start recognises everyone's achievements so far, but serves as a reminder that this is just the start of your Applaud journey. It's best practice to plan ongoing sprints ahead of your Go Start party, continually adding value for your employees and improving the overall user experience. Applaud's architecture physically separates production and non-production tenants, meaning that even though you have 3 tenants, you only have 2 accounts. If you reside in the US, your tenants are located at applaudcloud.com for production and tryapplaud.com for non-production, like development and testing. For EU customers, your tenants are applaudcloud-eu.com for production and tryapplaud-eu.com for non-production. A typical end-user employee will have a single account for just the production tenant. However, any users that have been involved in development or user acceptance testing will have 2 accounts. Users need to be invited to each tenant they need access to, as each tenant has an isolated set of access controls. This means you could be a super user in one tenant and have no permissions in another. Applaud unites systems and services to provide users with a consumer-grade workforce experience. Content displayed on pages typically comes from models, and data from those models is often lifted from a third-party source. For example, a list of employees from an existing core HR system. Applaud includes the Workato platform, making the integration build process much easier, with over 1,000 pre-built connectors available. Integrations are built by creating recipes. Recipes typically take data from third-party sources and load it back into Applaud models, or take changes made to the data in Applaud models and feed it back to the third-party source. There are 2 types of recipe: initial data load and ongoing changes. Initial data load is a one-time batch load. For example, bringing over a list of employees from your core HR system. You'll typically only do this once in production, then disable the recipe. Ongoing changes involve synchronization. For example, loading new employees from your core HR system into Applaud. Each recipe you create can have a maximum of 4 connectors. You have a maximum of 5 million tasks per year to use for your production tenant, and 300,000 per year across your non-production tenants. A task is any action within a recipe. Care must be taken to design recipes that eliminate excessive task usage. For example, a recipe that iterates over 5,000 employees every day, searches for something in Applaud for each employee, and then updates something in Applaud. This is 2 tasks multiplied by 5,000 multiplied by 365 days, resulting in 3,650,000 tasks per year. But with careful planning, if the same recipe sent changes and bulk upserted these in batches of 50, it would use as little as 365 tasks a year. When testing recipes in user acceptance testing, it is expected that you limit processing to a small subset of data, rather than using everything. Testing on 5 to 50 items would be ideal. On the integration page, you can create and manage app connections and recipe workflows to help you plan, develop, test, and maintain your connections. Applaud comes equipped with over 30 best practice templates for you to install and customize, making the build process even easier. You will find templates for aspects like branded sign-in pages to foundation roles. Installing a template may just be the starting point, as it may be exactly what you need, or you may need to extend and customize its features to suit your organization's needs. You can access the full list of templates by heading to the Templates section from the admin homepage. To find which templates are right for you, we recommend selecting them and reading the description, features, usage, and contents. And, as discussed earlier, you're able to create your own templates from scratch based on your organisation's exact needs. Roles control what your users can and can't see and do when navigating your platform. Alongside the pre-configured roles already available on your platform, you can also create and customize your own. Defining the levels of access that you want within the organisation. For example, you could create an employee role, giving them access to submit an expense claim or holiday request, and a manager role to authorise them. There is no limit to the number of roles a user can have, and these can be provisioned automatically using workflows, or added manually using the roles or users pages, accessible from the admin homepage. User provisioning refers to the automatic creation, management and maintenance of user identities on your Applaud platform. After setting up single sign-on, your users can provision themselves by signing into the platform, automatically creating an entry in the user model, where you can set up workflows to automate tasks such as assigning roles like employee and manager. We support many single sign-on solutions, allowing for easy integration with Okta and many more. Enabling this feature not only improves security, but also improves usability, minimizing any hacking risks, while still offering users access with the click of a button. Alongside single sign-on, Applaud's mobile app supports biometric sign-in with Face ID, Touch ID and fingerprint functionality. In addition to self-provisioning, you can invite users manually, change their email address, manage their roles, and even language preferences. You can also block access for a user by suspending or deleting their account. This decision does not need to be final and can be reversed if necessary, at any time by using the unsuspend and undelete functionality. After inviting a user manually, the user is sent an invitation email. Their platform account isn't valid until they have verified their email address and set a password. Congratulations, you have successfully completed this lesson. Learn more by checking out Applaud Academy and our knowledge base at support.applaudsolutions.com.